happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Another episode, two brothers across the world, just giving you our thoughts on what's going on in the world, pop culture wise and movie wise, and some, real life situation stuff. Guys, as usual, check the description. If you don't want to talk here, if you want to get straight to the Geek Out news, check the description. It'll be the first thing there. You can skip all of this and get straight to the Geek Out news. But if you want to hear what's been going on in our lives, it's been a crazy week, floods and stuff in Dubai and whatnot. It's been mad. But if you want to skip all of this, go straight to the description. It'll take you straight to the Geek Out news. And then, guys, again, thank you for the support, the likes and the shares and the comments and all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. Considering we're being shadow banned and all that sort of stuff, we're still getting people with some view, like giving us some views. Still getting a couple of subscribers here and there, but viewership has been it's not been great, right? Well, actually, this week's been okay, but we dropped a lot ever since we started talking about certain things and whatnot. But that's not going to stop us from stopping to talk about those things. But we appreciate everyone who has been listening. On that note, Kibla, what's been going on, man?
Something, bro. Yeah, same, bros. Just good. It's been an eventful week, I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I know there's problems. I know I'm going through something. I'm going through a change, and
Man's going through puberty again. Now, midlife crisis, isn't it?
No, but midlife crisis, I would have done something like bought a new car or something. I don't know. Action Comics issue 1.
Yeah. That sounds more like it, actually. Maybe that's my situation with these things, like midlife crisis, which is why I buy.
No, you're not in midlife though. Midlife is when you're 50, right? Isn't that right?
Well, it has to be living up to 100, right?
So midlife 42, maybe midlife crisis, maybe a change of maybe a change of my perception of how I see things and how I see myself and how I am with other people. Like, listen, busy week with work, busy week with the kids. They're back at school. Alara's back at school. I'm back and forth at mum, so mum can look after Nia while I'm working, which is quite difficult. My job at the moment now has become very what's the word, like, it's overtaking things at the moment now, because we're growing as a company, but there are some people that still think we're 10 years ago, where we're growing at such a rapid pace now. I'm a vendor manager in my 9 to 5, guys. So I look after big vendors that in an IT reseller basically, and I work in the marketing team, but I look after like people like Adobe and software companies. They give us marketing funds. I do run campaigns for them. I give them ROIs. I get business for them basically. Well, the sales guys do anyway. They do all the work, but I manage that part of it. Now, over the past couple of years, it's been all right. It's been a great experience. I feel like I can take it to different places. I have got sturdy on it because it is a good company. There are some good things about it. There's the perks. But now it's, there's issues internally, which is making my job very hard, but making me feel very out of place as a person. Now, I'm already the only brown guy there in that industry. I'm the only brown guy with that title. I'm the only brown guy that's in that office. I'm not the IT guy. I still have people coming up to me saying, "Can you something's wrong with my Windows?" Like, I'm not that guy. Like, why do you? Like, how many times do I have to introduce myself to remind you that I'm not that guy? So it's like there's still like identity issue crisis still going on. Anyway, I had a conflict this morning. I deal with a lot of money there, bro. That's already a responsibility in its own. And then how you distribute that, how you use it when it comes to doing marketing. Oh man, that's a ball ache in itself, because I suffer dyslexia and number dyslexia, and it's really difficult to try and keep track of things. But I have a system that works, so that I'm always on point and I always get the work done. I've never ever failed in any of the campaigns that I've pushed out. Even though when life was tough, I still put 100% into what I did at work. So anyway, man, I did some stuff today. I'm not too proud of myself, but I think I, in a way, had some sort of crisis where I just let it out, bro. So I know a lot sorted out, a lot of sorries were said, a lot of things will happen. People kind of know where they stand right now. People know a bit more about me now, and I think that's the difficult part. Like with what's been happening in Palestine at the moment, you know, and my prayers are with them, people over there. Yeah, it has affected me. It's come into my work life now, where people, bro, we're still. It's hard to say this, but some people don't see you as a human being, bro.
Well, they
Some people
definitely don't
see you
see.
there as a
Well, they definitely don't see the Palestinians as human beings. That's a fact.
yeah. So that part of it. But listen, that's the part of it. That's the stressful part. And I went back to gym today as well, and not today, sorry, this week as well. So that was quite hard. It was really hard because I took just over 3 weeks off. The last time I trained was during Rosa, and I hurt my knee, and I thought I really hurt it badly. And that was doing leg curls. And you think my hamstrings got stretched. And I'm talking about that was the first time I've had to read prayer sitting down on a chair. I've never done that in my entire life of reading namaz, to sit on a chair and try and read prayer. It was so out off key, bro, during, you know, therapy, that I was reading my prayers on a chair that my knee couldn't even bend. So I had to sit down and read. And that even hurt as well. And I was like, it took me 3 weeks to recover, bro. Anyway, you know, I mended and I went back this week, which was really hard. But because I got some new kits, I was boxed in. I was kicking again, and you know, just making sure everything's working. I'm stretching a lot more as well, which is good. But yesterday I worked on legs, and bro, shut down. I was shut down. I sat down quickly when Shanaz came back, and I was like, "Give me 5 minutes, man." With all the beef that I had today, and then next thing she was like, "I'm going now." I was like, "Hour," and I was like, "What the hell? I'm asleep. Like, what happened?" Deep sleep. I was in deep sleep. Shout outs to Ati for hooking us up. I know she runs all the events at the moment now, events I can't make to. She went to the Abigail screening, which she really enjoyed. Shout outs to Universal Pictures for the invite on that. And then shout outs to the guys at BBC Asian Network. Today, we did a last minute, quick super fan interview, not interview, sorry, like a quiz. Haroon, shout outs to Haroon, who is awesome. And he questioned my knowledge, my movie knowledge with Dev Patel. Dev Patel's birthday next week with the Hyper Monkey Man. I think Haroon was sitting in the same room, but we didn't interact. We always interact online. This was the first time. So the clips for that will come out later on this week.
Wait. Was Dev Patel there, or it was just
No.
about?
Dev Patel wasn't there. No, it was just me and Haroon on the radio.
Oh,
So
cool.
I'm waiting for the clips. I'll share them on here as well, guys.
Nice.
That was a good fun. That was like really like, you know, when people, I think we got a really great broad knowledge of movies. But you know, when you're put on the spot and people ask you questions, they're like,
I forget everything.
ABCD.
Yeah. I'm 100% exactly the same.
So I missed out on 2 questions, so I wasn't a super fan. But he hooked me up anyway and made me a super fan. But he goes, you know, I think it's hard for anybody to ask firing round questions. And you know, we've been following Dev's career since, you know, Slumdog Millionaire. You know, Skins when he was on TV. You know, The Green Knight. You got Chappie. Chappie, he doesn't get a lot of love for. You know, that's one movie that guy should get a lot of love for, because that's an amazing film. Hans Zimmer's soundtrack, just the concept of it, man. It was like a new version of Short Circuit, which I absolutely loved. But yeah, so that happened as well. Oh man, bro, the weekend here, and you know, it's gonna be a busy one. Brother-in-law's getting married, so it's back and forth. Mendy's getting kids' outfits. Alara's getting a haircut. Laura got air studs as well. Another grand moment, which was traumatizing, bro. Absolutely horrendous. As soon as they put the first one in, 20 minutes crying. Couldn't get the next one done.
I swear babies cry less. Like babies cry less.
Yeah. Because
They're
it's a quick shot and they go into the next one. Like, poor Nia this today, yeah. I told Lara not to lift up this horse that she really loves at the moment. She lifted it up and whacked the wood piece on Nia's eye.
Oh.
And she's got a bruise there now. And I'm like, oh, she got that Van Damme bump as well. So that just flared up again. So bless her, man. She's a little fighter. Let me get her out. But yeah, other than that, bro, it's a full on. Well, it's always busy. It's never one thing. But how you been, bro? I know all sorts of shit is kicked off on your side of the world, bro.
Yeah,
They're trying to play with. I've been hearing some shit about them planting seeds in the sky and shit, bro.
you know what?
Talk
Everyone
to me.
keeps talking about that. So we got back from Uzbekistan on Monday. Thank God, like our timing was perfect because we came back just before the thunderstorm and the rain kicked off. Now, Dubai, in general, when it rains, it's bad. Our property gets
Yeah.
so much leakage and damage. So we came back just in time. On Monday night, we arrived. Tuesday, like during Monday night, during the night, it started, and Tuesday all day was raining. And I was just so stressful getting back to work, getting up to speed with work is always hard on the first day back. And then I'm running up and down, me and the missus, like draining towels, draining buckets, because there's so many leakages that happen. So this
Yeah.
rain, now I thought the same thing, like the rain seeding and all that sort of stuff. Everyone keeps throwing it out there. And my question is, well, why would you do that and destroy the city? So this one, I think it was natural. It was a natural storm that's going through the Middle East. It wasn't rain seeding. And
Okay.
also, I always criticize Dubai, because it can't handle the rain in general. We can't. But this rain specifically was equivalent. I think it was the most rain it's had in 75 years. And they were saying that it's
God
equivalent
damn.
to like, the average rain in London that London gets, it's equivalent to that if it happened 5 months in a row, right? That's how much we got in 24 hours. That's why there was
Bloody
so much
hell.
floods in Dubai. Now, we were like, listen, the property that we lived in, yes, loads of leakages and all that sort of stuff, right? Our ceiling ended up collapsing in the corridor, right? That happened at night. We saw the leak happening, we saw the cracking, and boom, in the middle of the night. Thank God we weren't there. My missus
Yeah,
just
exactly.
saying, I'm gonna go to bed. So thank God she stuck around a little bit downstairs before she went up. And then thank God it was in none of our bedrooms. So none of our stuff got damaged, thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, our curtains are messed up because of the rain goes through the windows and whatnot. So our curtains, they've destroyed. But none of our other. Look, I would cry if my fingers and if it got smashed because of that. But listen, like, I think it was legit. I have to say, I think it was legit. All this cloud seeking, everyone keeps saying the same thing. I'm like, you wouldn't do that to destroy the city. It was generally a storm that went through. It was horrendous, loads of floods. In the main city, there was tons of floods. I'm talking about up to waist levels or higher, cars being completely flooded. Like there's
Yeah,
literally
I saw that, bro.
cars underwater, people's homes completely flooded. So considering what we went through, which was mad, the ceiling falling down, or so other people got it worse. I mean, I'm trying to be grateful, but it's tough because this is what we're going through. This is the hardship that we're going through.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to be grateful that we didn't get flooded. So it's tough. It's tough. So now we're dealing with the aftermath of this. We've got a big hole in the ceiling. There's all these rumors that it's going to rain again next week. I'm like, come on, man. Apparently it's supposed to be a little bit. I can literally see the sunlight coming through the hole. That's why it was leaking. People came
Oh,
to investigate. They're going to look through the work maybe next week or whatnot. It's all on the landlord, but I'm stressed because I'm living it. I have to deal with it as well. So it's very stressful for me.
yeah.
I do worry. I did worry about my car. I'm like, wow, how do people deal with like their cars are underwater? You see all these cars, supercars
Yeah. I
and
saw
stuff
that, bro.
underwater. Thank God our roads didn't get flooded, so that was a good thing. But in the future, like you just don't know. I mean, but when it rains here, I don't even leave the house. Like that's how bad it is.
Yeah.
If it starts to rain, if we hear weather reports of raining, I would never attempt to like go to the gym or go out or anything like that. And thank God this area that we live in is good with floods. It hasn't flooded yet. Considering this rain and it didn't flood, we're good. But not just our properties in our neighborhood, loads of people got smashed and more worse leaks. But like I said, around the whole of Dubai, mostly in the city, just crazy floods. I think there was a couple deaths, I think, so that was sad.
Oh
And
man.
I heard something about the UAE, like the kingdoms and whatnot, were saying they're going to invest a lot of money in the infrastructure and to handle the rain better, which is I know that there's probably loads of things I don't know. The ins and outs of what do you call it, man? Architectural city. I don't know if that's the right word, whatnot. Sewage system and all that stuff. I don't know the right. I'm not an expert in it. I do hear that the sand is hard to absorb water in sand and all that sort of stuff. But listen, man, with all these billions and all these amazing infrastructures here and whatnot, I'm sure you can figure out a drainage system. You know, when it rains, it drains it straight out to the sea or something. I don't know. They got to figure that out. I don't know. Like, there's something they could do. So I hope they do invest a lot of money in that and stop investing in just fancy big buildings and all that sort of stuff. Fix the base of the city, fix the infrastructure, and then move on. So hopefully they do that. But end of the day, we're good now, man. We're good. Yes, we have a roof ceiling and a hole in the ceiling. We're gonna deal with that. But we're good, you know, we're good. What can I say? What else can I say, man? We had a great time in Uzbekistan. Like I said to you last week, amazing people, amazing place, very, very cheap. I didn't even mention how cheap it was, bro. It was cheap.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, it's how cheap it was, man. A taxi ride from the airport to our hotel, possibly about 30 minutes in the city, like driving through the city and whatnot. Bro, costing less than £2. £2.
Damn.
Yeah, to travel, bro, taxi, bro, I'm not even joking. Just to go out and about with a taxi will cost you £1, 80p or whatnot. So that was cheap. Getting like food and everything was cheap. You know, getting a coffee, for example, here in Dubai will cost you, you know, like a latte or something like that will cost you £5. In Uzbekistan, it costs you like £1.25. Like everything's super cheap there. So we had a great time. We you know, didn't spend too much. Or yeah, we had fun. I wasn't really counting money when you're on holiday, but just that was good and great people. I just had a great experience. But now this week, just trying to get back into the reality of things with work and the floods here. And then next week, I want to get back into training. I went for a 5 mile run because I haven't trained properly since like mid-Ramadan myself because I was traveling and all that sort of stuff. And then I just been a slob, man. Honestly, eating crap. I was on vacation, so that's cool. But I just want to get back onto routine, man. So just went for a 5 mile run today. Do a bit of training this weekend. Next week, I need to get back into the martial arts. My gym memberships run out. They're charging me an extra freaking 25% on the way. I'm like, oh, come on, man. Everything's just. There's always like everything always increases in prices here with no explanation. Typical though. That's just typical anyway, everywhere. So anyway, there's that. But yeah, other than that, man, just you know, trying to get back into routine. That's the main thing, bro.
No, it's best we can do. It's best we can do. Yeah, just we got to get through, man. I don't know. It's been a weird. You know what? I felt very. I've been having really bad sleep. During Ramadan, it was really bad, bro. Like I was clocking up probably 2 hours, 3 hours a night. Some nights nothing. Like you know when you're aware of your surroundings. And I feel like the past 3 months I've suffered that. You know, since January, mid-January, my sleep has been awful, bro. And then I became an awful person in the process. And I think all of that emotions is starting to build up, you know, the parenting, the looking after things, the being the husband, the being the you know, the guy who has to go work and be a nice guy when people are being absolute dicks with you. Sorry, I'll stop for a lot. And this week was the week I had some of the best sleep I've had in months, bro. And because I don't know, I suppose I was getting back into training, so I was getting tired before I did anything. I've cut out having any sort of caffeine. I'll drink tea, decaf after, if anything, if I feel for it. But now I don't drink. You know, before we used to drink tea like all the time. I don't do that no more. So, and you know, Nia, she's starting to say, "Mama, mama," so cute.
Yeah, you're cute.
And yeah, so I was getting deep sleep, and then yesterday I had a deep sleep. So like my sleep, alhamdulillah, hopefully, give me a nice run before I go back to old ways, because it's draining, bro. It's mentally draining. I'm
I know
seeking
everything
more
about
help.
that. I
Yeah, I'm
know
seeking
all
more
about
help.
sleep.
Yeah.
I know, but I've been suffering that for coming up to 8 years. Just bad sleep, not being able to sleep, and just trying to push through. And then I know exactly how that feels because I know after night 3 or 4, when I haven't slept in a row, I get very, very groggy. I get very, very angry. All that stuff. That's why I started the therapy, really. I mean, I started the therapy because to help me with my sleep and what the hell's going on in my headspace and whatnot. So you
Yeah.
know, I'm still going for it. I mean, look, Ramadan's always hard to sleep because I wake up at suhoor and then I just can't go back to sleep. And then I'm just tired throughout the whole day. So literally, that's how Ramadan was. Right now, I'm not waking up. I would love to get into a routine, honestly, if I could wake up for Fajr, pray, and then stay up maybe all night and all morning and work until like Zuhur prayer and then go to sleep for class. I would love a routine and sleep and then after wake up for Asr and then carry on the day and whatnot. But because of work and lifestyle, it's difficult to wake. And also because I can't fall back asleep, it's difficult for me to wake up at Fajr. Like I said, I used to wake up before at 5 o'clock. I've done that for 8 years and I didn't care, but that messed up my sleep. That was a part of messing up my sleep, you know, trying to be disciplined to wake up at 5 o'clock to pray Fajr and then work out in the morning. Because of that, that's where my sleep started getting messed up because I wasn't getting enough. You know, the pressures of waking up, the pressures of sleeping at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then trying to wake up at 5 a.m. to do that. That pressures alone didn't allow me to sleep. And then because I wasn't sleeping, I was in like trying to quick train. I was getting so many injuries and whatnot. It was the worst time ever. So now I'm trying to rectify that. I'm trying to fix that. I can't wake up early. I need to kind of sleep through to about 7:30 and whatnot. But I'm slowly trying to bring it back. But I would love to get into a routine where I can wake up at 5 a.m. for your prayer, do my prayers and whatnot. But if I was able to go back to sleep, I could do it. But there's no way I can. So I mean, again, maybe people might say that's excuses, but I know how it feels when you don't sleep. I've been there for the last 8 years, and it's mentally draining. It's horrible. It's you have negative thoughts, very, very negative thoughts when you can't sleep. It's terrible, man. And I put
it's horrible.
a lot of blame on myself. It's bad. Listen, man, people don't know, like, if whoever's going through
Sleep deprivation is problem,
it's a torture.
bro.
You know, they use that as a
torture.
form of torture. Yeah, I think some militaries want to use that as a form of torture. It is torturous.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I know we've had it. I think it's something that we kind of get from dad. But there's more to it, you know, how your body works and stuff like that. I have phases of it. To be honest, I don't sleep that much anyway. If I get a good 4 hours sleep, I'm happy. You know what I mean? But I wasn't even getting that, bro. And I think, you know, that turned me into some rotten guy, man. And it's hard. And now with my, you know, with the chronic pain I was suffering the past couple of years with it, I just realized this doesn't help one bit. But because of that deep sleep and body recovery it gave me, my back felt great. So I wasn't going through pain.
It's one of the best recoveries, man. That's why it stresses me out even more because I just know how good it is for recovery. And I can't do it considering what I put my body through. And I'm so focused on training and being healthy and recovery. And the one thing that's super important for you for health and recovery, I just can't do, which is sleep. So that applies more pressure on me.
But it's tough, man. Hopefully we can work better on that.
I know, I do say, like, because when we were in our last hotel that we were at, there was a sauna. So every night I spent an hour in the sauna, the steam room, doing cold showers. I just done a routine. I love the sauna. And that really puts me to sleep. I have to say, it really does. And I want to buy a sauna here, but I heard that high temperatures doesn't help with male fertility. So right now, I'll put it on hold.
Take it easy.
Once I have my babies, inshallah, then I will buy my own sauna. Like, there's little portable ones that you can buy. I'll start off with that. Like, I got a little portable ice bath thing. You know, I make it work. In the future, when I have my own big space, inshallah, I want to buy. But I really want to pop a setup, like proper sauna, steam room, not steam room, sauna and cold plunge. I would love to have that set up in the future. But yeah, anyway, before I do more sauna by my own, I you know, have the babies first and then listen, people say, I don't know if that's true or whatnot. I researched and I was like, you know, I just don't want to risk it. You know what I mean? So I just avoid it for now. But sauna helps me sleep. Bro, coming out of the sauna steam and then doing like cold showers and then like getting back, like there's such a feeling of chill and like water tastes like the best thing in the world because you just need all the fluids or whatnot. But then when I get into bed, it's like, it feels good. You're just it drains you out. I really love it.
That's good, man. That's something that I want to be able to do as well. Something I want to bring back into my life. Yeah, definitely something that's on my list and finding a gym. There's no gym local that has it. Tottenham Green Centre was the only one. And I remember, you know, my skin looked amazing. my physique at that time, I think just before Tough Mudder, it was like tight, had that tight feel. Now I'm just loose, bro.
Lucy Brucey. But yeah, I mean, we just
Yeah,
gotta
man.
keep
Other
up.
than that,
Gotta keep
no,
up.
exactly.
Well, look,
All
we'll
right, let's
find a
move
way,
on.
man. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
find a way, man. Inshallah, man. But yeah, sleep. If you got there, like I say,
Sleep,
man,
man.
I know everything about that. But yeah, let's move on. Let's get into this. Look, as always, guys, we're going to start off with real world issues, and it's always going to be about Palestine at this moment, of course. And we're not going to forget about, fucking hell, excuse me. We're not going to forget about Palestine,
No.
even though they're trying to divert the attention to like other situations like Iran and all that sort of stuff. Like, listen, we're not going to forget about Palestine. We're going to constantly talk
No.
about Palestine because those people deserve the freedom that they deserve. Unfortunately, this week, the US, as usual, vetoed Palestine being a full member of the UN and whatnot, just constantly keeping them under oppression. The US is 100% complicit of this genocide and the oppression of the Palestinian people. I mean, just using their veto power to not give them at least full membership at the UN. Now, I don't know the details of what full membership does, and UN's been totally basic, to be honest with you. Israel's been doing whatever they want, considering what the UN said. So really, they don't mean shit, to be honest with you.
No,
But
it doesn't.
it makes it.
It doesn't.
But it's a message, though. It's a mess. It's a global message. If they were part of it, so unfortunately that happened. Unfortunately, there's been tensions between Israel and Iran. You know, Israel blowing up one of Iran's consulates or something in Syria. Then Iran attacked with like 300 missiles. But there's loads of stories around that they gave them like 72 hours notice. They were like, it was more like a virtual signal. It was just like, listen, we're going to attack you. Make sure, like giving them heads up, basically. It's like me throwing a jab at you or straight at this speed. So listen, I'm going to attack you back, bro. I'm going to attack you back. And it gives you enough time to slip it. That's what it feels like. That's what one side of the news is saying. The other side is like, oh my God, they threw 300 rockets or whatnot. But you know, the US saved them. They had
Nah,
the Iron
it's
Dome.
bullshit.
Jordan,
Yeah.
even Jordan and Saudi Arabia, all these countries like helped shoot down the missile, which upset me a little bit to hear. I was like, listen, if you guys have the capability to shoot down missiles from Iran, why didn't you help Gaza a little bit and shoot down some of the missiles from there just to protect them? But nope, choose not to protect those.
Punks, bro.
That's a
Punks.
bit heartbreaking to hear, especially from like
Very
neighboring
heartbreaking.
countries and whatnot. But thank God with these attacks, and then Israel, I think today or it was this morning, they attacked back, and I'm hearing news about this that I don't think many more got killed. So I think it's just a bit of virtual signaling right now. Hopefully, man, like the scary thing is Israel wants this wider war with Iran. And what I'm seeing, and it could be one-sided bias that everyone could say, because of course the mainstream media is always going to post it one way. So I'm listening to Breaking Points, I'm listening to Mark Lamont Hill, Zateo, all that sort of one. It's like Iran is like, all right, that's it, we're done. Iran was like, we don't want no beef. We don't want us to take this wide away. Israel wants it. Israel wants the US in, but they keep pressuring Iran. And Iran, I think what I just heard now from the strikes that Israel did, I don't think it damaged much. And Iran shot lockdown of the drones and whatnot, same thing. And they're like, cool, we're done. We're going to take that as a win because that was pathetic. So same thing that Biden was telling Israel, listen, all the missiles were shot down, take it as a win. They decided they wanted to shoot back. It's like egos and bullshit. I need to get the last word in. Iran, listen, from what I'm seeing, and I'm not saying Iran's perfect, so I'm not defending them at all, but I'm just saying in this situation, Iran looks like the one who's taking the bigger role, like saying, we don't want to escalate this. Don't escalate. And Iran's telling the US, tell your dogs to stand down. We don't want this. And Israel keeps provoking them or whatnot. So who's
The
the good
problem
guy?
is that I think
Who's the good guy? Like the Western media is going to constantly say Iran started it. They don't even mention what Israel did. But when you look at the facts, who seems like the good guys? Who seems like the peacemakers? Who seems like the ones that's like, we don't want to. That's what I'm seeing.
it's difficult, bro. I'm telling you. You know what? I was speaking to somebody the other day, and I was just like, just be safe. You know, this is like reoccurrence of 9/11 and the aftermath of what 9/11 did to Muslim people. You know, it's a horrible feeling, bro. That we've always been on the front page, but now we're even more up in the front page, which means it puts us in danger, it puts our kids in danger, our parents in danger, friends and family in danger. Anybody who has a Muslimic name, we in trouble.
Because the bastards at the mainstream media, they keep saying the word Islam. And I know their groups might be named Islamic, whatever, but just say Iran. Like, don't have to say the word Islamic. Like,
They put Islamic,
when you say that, that means all the Muslims. Like, I know you're trying to say that's their name, that's their gang name, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Just say Iran, right? Stop saying that. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, even with Israel, don't say the Jewish state, because it's not. Stop saying
No.
that. It's
Yeah,
Israel. Stop bringing all the innocent Jews into this, right? With the Islam, stop bringing the innocent Islamic people in it. Just say Israel and Iran, let them have their beef. And then listen, I still care for all the innocent people that, again, these dumb people in charge are throwing these rockets and making orders to throw rockets. And these innocent people are there like, well, I don't want this. You know what I mean? You know how many innocent people kill women, children that are in both countries that like, I don't want to die. Why are you not starting wars? But they don't give a shit about their own people. That's facts. They don't give a shit.
that's facts. That's
from
facts.
both
That's
sides.
facts.
From both sides, but it's like not especially, but from both sides. Even Israel, like the so-called democracy in the Middle East, and they don't give a shit about their people. That's why the real Jewish brothers and sisters are like, don't associate ourselves with them. They don't give a shit about us. They're not even Jewish. So that's the thing. Like, they don't, those people in charge, and even in America as well, they don't give a shit about the regular people. They don't give a shit at all. Like, they don't care if people die. They don't care if the US are gonna send their own US Army and those young kids into this war and get them killed. They don't care about them. And those soldiers, I feel
Because it's
sorry
all
for them
money,
too.
isn't it? At the end of the day, it's money. And we've seen it, man. We've seen it. Vietnam, you know, all the wars that these big guys
Even
have
the
caused
Iraq
and
war, all of
created,
that.
all of them, they lost their lives for nothing, man. And that's the hardest part. Because as a soldier, you're going in there thinking, you know, patriotic game, I'm gonna protect my country, and then realize, holy shit, we in somebody else's country messing it up for this people. For these people that do not care, bro. They're sleeping nice. They are sleeping
And they're
so good, bro.
making millions and billions
They're
and
sleeping
billions.
so good. Tony Blair, you punk ass bitch. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But, you know, Tony Blair went to war because of that madness, yeah? You're a punk, man. There's a couple of people that I would love to see up in streets without no bodyguards around them, because the bodyguards will mess me up. But
They're all war
when you
criminals. They're all war criminals.
well, they're war criminals, bro. They're
Yeah.
criminals. But that's what I was saying the other day. My rant was with the double standards of, you know, the Western media, double standard in some people as well. Like Richie Sunak, bro, I will slap that guy. You know, like I remember that guy. I will slap
But
him.
I'll do that.
And
We're going to talk
I'm
about
not a guy.
turtles. I'm going to do the turtles thing. Like, I have a message for you. Shut it. One of the best scene of that movie. We're going to talk about it later. But I couldn't stop laughing. Shut it.
I was dying that night as well. I was going to send that clip, and because it was quite late, I didn't send it. But when you sent it again, bro, I was dying, bro. But yeah, listen, there's so much going on at the moment now, and I think to all our listeners and people that watch this, like, just be safe, do some research yourself, educate yourself, find out a bit more. But to all my Muslim brothers and sisters out there, just be precautious. Don't get into arguments. I got into an argument today, which wasn't great. Same thing kicked off because Holy Brown Guy games. I felt like, you know, I felt like attacked in some sort of way. So we're gonna feel like that. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be a very rough couple. Like it's tough.
But I have to say, bro, I know there is that, but try not to allow that, because if it's not that, you need to kind of control your emotions to understand if it is you being attacked because you might be brown or whatever it is, or is it because of something else? Because if it's not that, you don't want that to be the thing. You know what I'm trying to say? You need to be calm.
No, of course
calm
not.
enough
So
to
you have to,
understand.
yeah.
Sometimes it's not because you're brown or Muslim or whatnot. But I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't exist. Of course, that exists a lot. But we need to be calm enough to identify if that is the case. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I need people, yeah. So people, be safe. And listen, guys, the links in our donations on our social media pages. The guys in Gaza really need, they're all in Rafah at the moment now. Lord knows what's going to happen. And the day I hear something bad has happened, as worse as it has been, oh, you can't forgive the people in power. This is why I always love that saying that Alan Moore wrote in V for Vendetta, that the people in high powers and government shouldn't be what's the word? How did it go? We shouldn't be afraid of the government. The government should be afraid of its people. And I hope we could get to that. But we've done marching. It's too late. We've done all of that, bro. For equality, it's too late. I don't know what happened to All Lives Matters, guys, but technically these people don't matter nothing to you because I don't see nothing from you guys.
That was I think that was all a fake thing. And this diverse equity inclusion's all a fake. It's all these fake business things, honestly. They're not legit. They're not legit.
Yeah,
so
I thought so.
they're all bullshit,
yeah.
bro, to be honest with you. So corporate bullshit. Yeah, guys, donate, spread awareness. They're human beings at the end of the day. Like that's what it is, man. Have your humanity. That's all it is, man. Women, children, have some humanity. Don't listen to the bullshit. Hamas is hiding within them, and don't listen to that bullshit. Like, yes, I'm not saying that's not the case. That can be the case, but the fact that it's easy to just kill women and children just because you're trying to, it's a bullshit excuse that is used and that's used to defend and whatnot. Do not listen to that. Be a human. Be a human being. No women and children ever deserve to die. You got to think about it this way. If there was a school shooter, do you just blow up the whole school just to get that one criminal? No, you don't. Right? You don't do that. So it's the same thing with Gaza. You don't blow up women and children and babies just because you're trying to get one guy, if that is the case. And that can be the case. I'm not saying that's not the case. But that's a crap excuse that people use to defend the killing of innocent 14,000 innocent children. That's no excuse. That's you comfortably pressing the button and just using that excuse. So guys, do your research. Again, don't listen to these corporate media companies who are controlled by businesses and advertising and controlled by this whole Zionist movement. Check out, like I say, independent news sources who are not controlled by this, right? Like I say, Breaking Point, Mark Lamont Hill, Zateo. There's so many out there, right? Listen to scholars out there, historian scholars like Norman Finkelstein. You got Eli Pape. You got what's his name? I'm reading one now from Noam Chomsky, I believe it is. Like, listen to historians. Anyway, donate, guys, donate. Cool. Let's move on. Let's move on. We're always gonna kind of spread awareness, and there is a lot of stuff going on in Sudan as well, in Congo, with the cobalt mine. There's so much going on in the world, and these mainstream media's reason why you haven't heard about this because your mainstream media corporations there's no business. They're not getting advertisement for that. Advertisements control that. That's the news. The reason why you don't know about this stuff is because they're not speaking about it. You listen to like I say, all these independent news sources, they'll give you the news in the world. All right, let's move on anyway. Let's move on to things we watched to get into a bit more, what do you call it? I guess positive or fun sort of news. Let's start off with the best thing ever. X-Men 97, episode 6. Bro, so last week's episode was traumatic. Oh my God, I still couldn't get over that. That made me lose sleep. We lost Gambit, which was horrible, and I wanted to see what's going on. This week's episode, man, it was awesome. It was awesome. Listen, there's a part of me that wants to know what happened next, right? What the X-Men, what's going on?
Yeah, of course.
But they do this to you. They always do this to you. They make you wait. That's like, oh, no, we're going to a different direction right now. And it was, Storm and Forge. There's a story of Storm getting her powers back and just overcoming her demons and whatnot and truly believing in herself and her powers. And then the big thing, Professor X is alive, bro. So that's pretty sick. I had no idea.
Well, he didn't really die in season 5. Was it season 5 or season 6?
I don't even remember.
He didn't really die. Lalandra took him, saying that we can look after him out there, but he can't come back to Earth. But it was great to see Professor Xavier come back, bro. Gladiator, the Kree.
Oh, the Kree, yeah, Ronin. Oh my God, come on.
Ronin, bro. They went in, bro, in that episode. Yeah, but it's not even that. Like, what they've done is amazing because they've jumped. Because we're coming to the end of the season soon, bro. We've got 2 more episodes left.
What? 2 already?
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
So we're coming up to, bro. You got Forge using Doctor Strange magical dark mystic powers.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, that was sick.
yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
you're like, oh my god, like when they've then you got Sinister popping in at the last bit. Bro, this
Gladiator, bro,
episode was
looking
sick, bro.
awesome. Gladiator giving
Yeah,
us that
bro, Gladiator,
Superman,
bro,
you know,
Superman
he
vibe,
just,
bro.
bro, he's just looking awesome. I love the
All
way
I'm
he's just.
saying is, why didn't they do this like in the movies, bro? Where was this writer? I know. Where was it, bro? This is good writing. This is
You never
30
know
minutes.
what.
30 minutes, bro. 30 minutes you gave me of pure joy, bro. Professor Xavier trying to be accepted in something that he doesn't feel that's right. He's missing his kids, which is the X-Men. Man,
That was
it was
emotional.
emotional, bro.
That was
That was just
emotional.
emotional. And then, this guy's the
When
best. He's an Omega level mutant that can.
it's always going for the same thing. Always like he's trying to be accepted here. No, you're not accepted by a certain amount. It's the same thing that he keeps going through and whatnot. But when he found out about Gambit at the end, that broke my heart. It broke his
Yeah,
heart,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
felt it.
yeah,
I felt
yeah,
his
yeah,
heart
yeah.
break. Like one of his children, his child is dead. Ah, that broke me too, man. Because last week was tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. So when he kept on talking about his children the whole time, when he refused to go through that process of forgetting his memories and whatnot, and then he tried to take him to school, and then that vision he had of Gambit, and it was the father's love. I felt it, man. It was so emotional, man. That was
Yeah.
awesome. This cartoon is bringing out so much emotions in me. It's unbelievable how an animation can do that to me. Especially this one.
Great,
It's
great. Yeah, it
so
was good,
good.
bro. Great action, great visuals. Storm's comeback was just sick. Reminded me of the Man of Steel scene, and she's just flying through everything. She got the black
Mm.
suit. She looking awesome, bro. She's looking
Yes, her
absolutely
hair
awesome,
grew back, all that sort of stuff. Just looking old
bro.
school, awesome.
Man, really brought back the. When X-Men came out, that first movie came out, like I just felt this unwavering love for X-Men finally getting their place on the big screen. And don't get me wrong, bro. Like, remember when we watched it? We lose. It was one of Dwayne's copies. We shouldn't have ruined the experience that way. It was like one of those red
I'll
copies.
never forget that. Yeah, it was VHS. Was it VHS?
That,
Yeah, it was bad, bro.
like the freaking out and stuff.
Why did we do that?
I was actually cussing him the other day about it. We were cracking up. Bless him, man. Bless him. Anyway, and then when we did watch it, when it did come out, like, listen, like, I can accept it now, for some weird reason, because I know how hard movie making is, bro. I know the hardships you have to go through. And, you could be biased to a certain extent where, yeah, maybe it didn't go with the comic book world, but, you could accept it for the movie it was, the amazing cast it had in it. I maybe actually watch it tonight. You know what? I'm going to watch it tonight. When this little one goes to sleep, I'm going to watch it tonight. But listen, like, I know the hardships, but bro, the cartoon laid down the foundations, bro. And this cartoon is laying down some foundations, bro, that I'm excited to see where they're heading with this, because now this ain't going to be no one season thing, bro.
Hope
We're
it's
getting
forever.
more.
I hope it's
We're
forever.
getting more. We're
Yeah.
getting more, bro. So that the 30 years wait, holy shit, was well worth it, bro. It was another great episode, bro. I sat down last night and I watched it and I was like, I was just moist, bro. I was just proper
It's
moist.
fantastic. Yeah,
I'm
it's
looking at,
fantastic.
when you read a comic book, you see the pages jump out at you. You feel the emotions jump out at you. This did exactly that, bro.
No, it's fantastic. I proper geeked out when I saw Ronin because it just brings me into the the MCU in the last 10 years. It's like you're getting it all involved. I'm familiar with more with the characters. I just saw the scene the other day also in my Instagram feed with Gladiator when we first saw him in the cartoons back in the days, and Juggernaut tries to punch him and there was just no effect, and he just picks him up and flings him. Bro, like that scene, I'll never forget that scene watching that as a kid, and you're just like, oh my God, that's just so epic. So that came up on my Instagram feed. Maybe someone put it up there knowing what was going to happen in this week's episode. So it was a spoiler, but it was so good to see the way Gladiator is. He's just so powerful. He's just so awesome.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I'm so good. So good. Loving it, man. Loving this show.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. The other animation I finished off watching was Invincible.
Oh, bro,
I
same here, bro.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I didn't even know the last 4 episodes came out, so I kind of binged them. Again, so good. Did you watch all of it? Yeah.
Yeah. I finished it as well. I binged through it as well. I did
So
it on like waking up early, and I watched them. Another great animation, bro. Another great cartoon. But this particular season is going through Mark's mental health about everything he's had to go through. And bro, I've been feeling his pain, bro.
especially in that last episode, I mean, the trauma he's got, is always, everything's always got daddy issues and parent issues and whatnot. The
Yeah.
trauma that he's going through after what happened in season 1 with his father and all that sort of stuff. And then this, yeah, you're right. This was him kind of getting through that mentally and whatnot. But that last
Yeah.
episode really got me because that's the first time he killed someone.
Yeah.
Who we'll get to that story in a minute, but after he killed him, the trauma that he went through and the way he was kind of talking to himself to try and
Bro.
calm himself down and say, you have to do, you had the way he had to justify it to us, just they were really able to express that this fucked him up. This fucked him up.
Yeah.
And then you start thinking about, am I turning into my father? All this sort of stuff. But the way he kept trying to justify it to himself, it's like, his whole thing was that I can't kill someone. But you know what? Funny enough. Okay, so I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast with Zack Snyder. I don't know if you heard it, but one of the big
Yeah.
things was about Batman in Batman and Superman. Batman don't kill, and now
Yeah.
what Zack Snyder did was he goes because he loves the Frank Miller. He's obsessed with Frank Miller. If you listen to this podcast,
Yeah.
upset. He goes,
I've
he
heard it.
really, really wants to do the Batman Dark Knight in respect for Frank Miller. Because he wasn't able to do that, that's why a lot of Batman versus Superman, he just put a bunch of Frank Miller stuff in there because he was obsessed with it, right? So in the Frank Miller comics, this was the first, I think it's the first sort of times where Batman doesn't kill. He doesn't. But in the Frank Miller comic, he was put in a position where he had no choice. It's like, what choice
Yeah.
do you make? Right? Because he was one of those mutants that had the gun at the child's head saying, I'm going to
That's
kill
right.
him. And Batman was put in a position, Batman was like, I believe you, right? It's the same scene in Batman vs. Superman. Frank Miller was trying to express, like, yes, Batman don't kill, but this was one of the first times where he was put in a position where he had no choice. He had to make a choice.
Yeah.
Nothing would have worked. Batarang, smoke bomb, nothing would have worked. So he had to make a choice, and this is where he killed someone. And he was talking about that. And I think this kind of relates to this. Like, he kept telling himself, I had no choice. I had no choice. He was hurting my family. He was going to kill my mum and my baby brother, who looks like Thanos. But bro, did you know what was awesome about that whole episode? When he was going through the different multiverses and whatnot, there was like a Spider-Man reference, there was a Batman reference, little Easter eggs to those
Yeah.
superheroes, which is kind of awesome. I don't know if they're gonna, I'm sure they can get away with it and whatnot. But that was pretty cool. A little bit of a geek out moment.
Yeah, definitely. That was actually pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
Cool, man. Yes. So wait, obviously there's more. Oh, I have to say as well,
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's character coming back stronger and whatnot. I like that. That was fun. It was just kind of exciting that they're putting together this rebellion and his character's strong and whatnot. I kind of like that. So is season 2 done, or are there more episodes of season 2 coming out, or is they going? Are they going on to season 3?
I think season 2 is done, bro. So we're gonna go into season 3. You saw a breakdown of Omega Man.
Yes,
He
yes,
really
yes,
was
yes.
emotional as well. It really started to affect him as well.
Well, I think
And
that's
then
what they're trying. Go on.
find out Optimus Prime doesn't have a beard.
Optimus Prime. What are you talking about? Oh, yes, yeah, because he was a Voltron or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, one thing that they do or what they've done is again just to show how Earthlings, we're always, the special people, have
Yeah.
are always the ones that can change people. So Omega Man is changed man after he fell in love and had his kid on Earth. Like he gone against his Voltramite way of life of taking over a planet or whatnot just because of humans or whatnot. So it's always humans, isn't it? Which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. Always trying to highlight the beauty of human beings, which is love. So that was awesome. I really like that cartoon, or that animation and that comic book. So pretty awesome. Moving on, I actually watched Kung Fu Panda 4. Did you want to say anything else about that, or?
No. It's all
So
good.
I watched Kung Fu Panda 4 with an amazing cast, bro. Jack Black,
Yes.
Aquafina, Bryan Cranston. You got Viola Davis, Ke Huy Quan was in it. James Holt
Yeah.
still doing it at 150 years old. Dustin Hoffman, Ian McShane.
He ain't 150, is he, bro?
He's definitely over 100. I mean, he's at 90 something, but he's definitely over 150 years old, bro.
Bless him, bless him.
Ronnie Chang, like bare people in this movie. But this movie, but it lives up to the others. I really enjoy these Kung Fu Panda movies, man. Just the animation, the Kung Fu, the choreographing is all awesome. Jack Black's character as Poe is just fantastic. Spoiler alert, have you seen it?
No.
Okay,
Spoilers. All right, I will say.
Like, it's so fun that he constantly keeps geeking out about Kung Fu. Just like the first one. His geek out never stops. I love that. And even when he's fighting the villain, like, I don't want to spoil it too much, but he geeks out while he's fighting the villain. He's like, that's so awesome. Like, because he loves awesomeness. And when he sees awesomeness, even in his villains, in his the people he's fighting, he expresses it. And I love the fact that man, I don't want to spoil it without saying it, but there's certain that last fight scene was just so awesome because the way he kept on geeking out was awesome, as well as doing his thing and his words like skadoosh and whatnot. It was pretty damn awesome, man. The movie's so good, the animation's good, but these animations they could do something so well where it brings out,
They
it tells
express
a
better,
story.
bro.
Yeah, a lot of expression and comedy works so well with these things.
Yeah. I'm telling you, animation is the way forward, bro. To say any type of story, like as much as live action is great to see because it gives you that tangible feeling, but animation, bro, just it's a whole different expression in itself, and you could do so much more with it. Like, and an animation is like all the way from like Fist of the North Star and Akira open their eyes, right, of what animation can do, of how it can be represented. Bro, we have got some amazing stuff out now. So it's the animations, they're great, bro. I'm trying to work out what else I saw this week.
Well, think about.
Yeah, go on.
I was just about to move on to another animation, Transformers, like changing the whole
Yeah.
trajectory of what we've had in Transformers. Now, the Transformers first couple movies were awesome, and then now the last couple ones were, watchable once and I'll never watch them again type of movies. To be honest with you, they were all one-time watchables for me, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I could still
Yeah.
watch the first one with Michael Bay and the second one, I think.
Oh yeah, same.
But the new ones, I mean, I know they're doing a Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, but not for me. I mean, that last one to me, listen, the last couple ones is a one-time watch for me. But this Transformers 1 that just came out, the animation, with a great cast, bro, which I didn't even know that they were doing this, bro. Chris Hemsworth, Brian Tree Henry, Scarlett Johansson, Lawrence Fishburne, John Hamm, who was that? Keegan, Michael Key, Steve Buscemi, bro. With animation, with Transformers, they look like they're taking an action comedy and like an origin story of like Optimus Prime and the Transformers and whatnot. But it's because that animation, it's got a comedy element to it, which I think is just going to be more. It's like easier to watch, easier to enjoy in the sense of like that comedic aspect. So, from the trailer, I liked it. I was like, I mean, that's enjoyable. I think I could enjoy that because of the comedic aspect and whatnot. And I'm sure the animation is going to be perfect because they put in a lot of money on these. And then you got, like I say, Steve Buscemi and whatnot. But they're gonna make it funny. But this look good. I like it. With the real life animation, the real life action ones or whatnot. Yeah, it's good to take a break from those. They've just been.
It's overdone now, and I think it's fine. Animation, as I said, you just express it more differently in animation than you can with live action, which is it's very hard, isn't it, Nini? Yeah.
All right. Anything else you watch before we move on?
I did see something. I'm trying to work out what it was. Ricky Stanicky.
What did you think?
Ricky
I really enjoyed that.
Listen, bro, I had a couple of laugh out loud moments, but I just felt like it was poorly scripted. and like put together. It was all right, bro. John Cena's amazing, bro. You know, without a doubt. You know, he shines in every scene that he does. I think actors that have moved from the wrestling world into the movie world have absolutely smashed it. And I know John Cena. I don't know, man. He's a charismatic character. I like
He's
what he
good
does on the
with,
screen.
I've got hiccups now. He's good with
Yeah,
comedies.
yeah,
Comedies is
definitely is.
awesome. When he tries to play something a little bit type serious, like in that Transformers movie, fuck, I got hiccups now. He just looked like something was off. I couldn't take him serious. As a comedian, he's freaking awesome. I can really take him serious with comedy because he's just funny. You talk. I need to hold my breath
But
for
he
like
did
a
some.
minute.
Yeah, he did, bro. Listen, Peacemaker. He did some really emotional scenes in there, bro. And there was some hard hitting stuff, bro. You know, when it came to his brother, his dad, and that. So, news. I suppose we're going to jump on that later on. You know, they've shared an image of Peacemaker 2 has already started. But listen, Ricky Stanicky, it's an all right watch. I did watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which we are going to talk about later. And there was something else. Bro. I started reading The Art of War. I've never read it before. Today's the first time I picked it up today. Well, no, I got it the other day, but I picked it up and read the first couple of pages. So that's what I'm starting on now. What else was there? There was, yeah, I think that's it, bro. Let's move on. Oh, you want me to keep going?
No, I don't hold my breath. But yeah, Art of War. I've read that book. Tang Street. I can't remember his name, but that
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't say names, so forgive me. Yeah, no, great book, great book. I need to reread it again, and I bought a couple books on Audible actually. Like I said, Noam Chomsky. There's a book called Who Rules the World, and it's deep. Like he gets into, he gets into. Of course, it's the West, right? But he gets into some of the, the T word that's associated to people that look like us. He talks
Yes.
about that from everyone, the Western world and everything. Like, let's not get it twisted. So but it's a deep book. I'm in the middle of reading it. I'm really listening to Malcolm X's biography. I really enjoy that.
Mm.
But yeah, I got a few that I'm listening to as well. Now that Art of War's on there, I need to go back and listen to it. It's good to Audible is good for me. Like I said, when I wake up in the morning and I do my morning routine, I listen to my books, which is great. Otherwise, I just can't read. I mean, I read the Quran in the morning, and some Islamic books and stuff, but I'm not good at reading. I'm still reading Punisher Max. I'm nearly at the end of it again. Great comic book. Just this is one of the first series where he's on a mission, a full long mission. It's not just like little short little short stories, if that makes sense.
Come,
Like a full on long ass
come,
mission, which is pretty awesome.
come.
All
Look.
right.
No,
Anything
that's cool.
else before I move into other
So
movie
I
news?
was so I'm reading Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, the art of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. So that came through. Thanks to Paramount UK for that. So I was going through that really cool stuff I want to sit down and draw with Alara. It's always nice to see behind the scenes of how they put characters together. Shout out to Jeff Rowe, because Jeff Rowe did a Michelangelo picture for me in my art book, which was amazing. But you get to see his ideas in there and what Seth Rogen and what they were thinking about at the time. There was something else. Something else is bothering me. On my app, my DC app, this girl is dangerous, man. I'm reading. Hopefully, you can't see her face. Okay, go. Sit down, play here. I'm gonna have to put you to bed. I'm reading John Stewart's Green Lantern War Journal. This is where John Stewart leaves the Green Lantern Corps to go look after his mum, who's suffering severe dementia. I'm on the second issue, bro. This is deep, bro, because he's looking after his mum, and he reconstruct, because she's suffering so badly. He reconstruct. This is how you know the Green Lanterns are really strong at what they do, and their willpower to make constructs are amazing. He reconstructs his sister that he lost when he was younger, to help mum around the house, and mum feel some love. And bro, it was deep, bro.
That's
It
amazing.
made me
That's deep.
it made me tear up, bro. It made me tear up. So it's his journey of leaving Green Lantern Corp and then coming back to try and get through everyday life. comic books give you more about mental health and what we suffer, man, and what we go through in our everyday life. Not just being a superhero, but what you go through just for me and you. You know what I mean?
They're so relatable. There's so many characters. They really related them, obviously, all to human beings. No matter what, the superpower, the alien, they're all human, and they're all elements of different humans. You could always relate to one. That's why people gravitate towards like one character specifically and just love them to bits. I'm not a psycho. I mean, I love the Punisher. I'm not a psycho like him, so chill out, guys. But I gravitate towards like him being a war veteran and understand his PTSD. Like I don't have war PTSD, but I've got PTSD of shit that I went through when I was a kid. Which is why I think I've got anger issues sometimes, which is why I think I can't sleep sometimes. And I do think back at the racist stuff that I went through in Hong Kong and stuff that I went through when I was a kid, just growing up on the streets and whatnot. That's, again, he's a psycho. Like, I don't want to call him a psycho. He kills people, yes, but I don't do that stuff. But there's a relatable side of him, which is that whole PTSD side of things. And the shit and the trauma that he's gone through. We've all gone through our things. That's what I love about all the comic books and all their characters. Every single one of them is relatable to somebody out there, which is beautiful.
No, exactly, bro. Exactly that. Bro, guys, if you want to read it, Green Lantern War Journal. So far, so good. I'm hoping to catch another issue tonight before I hit the bed, but really good read. Really enjoyable. One to check out. But yeah, let's move on to
all right,
the news, bro.
let's talk about other movie news. So we've been talking about a lot of Turtles today, and Turtles is the theme, I think, today. So which is I think it's gonna be awesome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin, R-rated live action movie.
But
I've heard great things about the comics. I know you were talking about it. I didn't get my hands on it. I would really love to, but I think this would be a great story. So without even knowing the comics, just knowing what the premise is based on what you said, I think this would be awesome. I hope. And if it's R-rated,
so good.
Yeah, because the Turtles,
come on, give me R-rated, man.
Yeah, the old Turtle comics were violent, right? So
they're violent. They are violent. They made it for kids because it was easy to market back then. And we're going to touch base on it, but make it tangible, guys. Make it tangible. Make it feel, because I feel like even with what we watched recently, and I'll talk about it in a bit more description, tangible. Like, make it tangible, and it changes the whole concept of everything. Make it R-rated and make it gritty. They are originally gritty. It's a gritty comic book. You look at the old comic books, they had the will loss out and everything, bro.
Oh, damn. Turtles will loss. Well,
Turtles will loss,
we're going to talk. Listen, this week's retro movie reviews. If you guys already don't know, it's going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1999, but 1990, sorry. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Let's go through some other news because there's a lot I do want to talk about that movie.
Let's go. Let's
bang out some of the news. So, The Boys. It's going to be released June 13th, season 4. I cannot wait. Amazon Prime. Cannot wait for that one. So that's that one. Sweet Tooth, we're back. June 6th. Guys, Rebel Moon 2 is come out today, I think. So guys, check out the director's cut. And I heard Snyder talking on Rogan's podcast. The director's cut is coming out, I think, 1 in September, 2 next year. Complete different movies. It's not, he said there's a difference between extended version and a director's cut. Very big difference. The director's cut is going to have blood, Medusa, and just an hour extra scenes and whatnot. So it's it's a complete different movie. So guys, do check that out. Glenn Powell to star in Edgar Wright's Running Man reboot. So there's that. Leonardo DiCaprio will be starring in a biopic as Frank Sinatra by
I saw that news today.
Scorsese. Yeah. So that should be pretty damn good. Monopoly movie, the game Monopoly movie with Margaret Robbie. Interesting, fun. Could be a comedy like Barbie and all that sort of stuff. She's obviously stunning.
It'll be interesting how they do that. Need a good
yeah. So that'll be interesting. It'll be one of those. It's a board game. What other board game movies have they done? I don't know. Jumanji, but that's not a real game. Anyway, Margot Robbie, she's fine. Just watch the damn movie. Transformers 1, we spoke about that already. Tarantino scraps his last movie, The Critic, apparently. This was his 10th and final movie, and apparently he's scrapped it. I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe he's going a different direction or whatnot. So stay tuned for that one, I guess.
There's some geef somewhere. There's some geef, bro. As
Maybe.
my old manager would say, some geef somewhere. But yeah, all good. I'm sure
All
he'll
right.
do something.
Oh yeah. Whatever he does, we'll wait for it. It's always going to be epic. Anyway, I wish he'd done like a multiverse dude like movie and got all his characters back from all these movies and done some kind of movie like that. That'd be freaking awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Warner Brothers is in the process of developing a movie centered around a story of Yasuke. Oh yeah. Yasuke, an African warrior who became the first Black Samurai, titled Black Samurai. It will be directed and written by Garner's Belitz Bazawule. Okay, so they're doing a movie called The Black Samurai based on a real African Black Samurai and whatnot. Now, these movies I'm always up for. I just hope they do it as well as Last Samurai. I'm sorry, man. I'm very biased towards that movie. What are you looking at, bro? Big ass fly or something?
Bro, if
Yeah.
Laura finds out there's a muffin there, she's gonna lose, bro.
But yeah, like The Last Samurai was such a great movie, and I don't want to compare it. Of course, it's not the same stories, but there's something about that movie which really indulged in the culture and made you love the culture of it. So I hope they bring that into this movie. But this will be an interesting take. Guy Ritchie's new movie, In the Grey, starring Henry Cavill, Jake Gyllenhaal, Azia Gonzalez, and Rosemont Pike. So that should be good. Guy Ritchie, like if you haven't seen The Gentleman or any Guy Ritchie movie, like you gotta watch. He again, like I compare him to like the English Tarantino. The dialogue in his movies, the movies
Yeah.
are put together so well, and the dialogues are just amazing. Lionsgate is teaming up with Park Chan-wook for an English language series adaptation of the director's action thriller classic Old Boy, which inspired Daredevil's hallway fight scene and some other stuff as well. Now, that original Old Boy, the Korean one, was amazing, and the story was amazing. And then what happened at the end, which I don't even want to speak about because it was so horrific. I've never seen the movie again, not because it was bad, it's because I just know what happens and I don't want to see that, right?
You know.
But how do you, that was a big part of the movie, like that whole story and that whole revenge story and all that sort of stuff. How do you do remakes without that? Yes, the fight scene was awesome. That fight scene in the corridor was sick with the hand. That was crazy. That was amazing. But that wasn't the movie. It was a part of it, but the movie was that whole plotted revenge story that someone put plot on him or whatnot. How do you change that? That nothing's going to be as epic as that. When I call it epic, I mean, if you know what I'm talking about in the movie, you're like, ooh, but it was freaking awesome the way it was put together. So anyway, they're doing a series for an English one, English language one, sorry. And Keanu Reeves, the legend himself, is as Shadow in Sonic 3. So perfect casting because he's just awesome.
All good. He's just awesome.
The next Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be a reboot. So I think they're gonna get a new Jack Sparrow or whatever it is. So it's interesting. They're rebooting it. I mean, that's like a 2000 movie, right? Didn't the first one come out in like 2000 sometime?
It
Like
did, yeah. I don't think they need to do. I don't know why they want to do a reboot, but
reboot already? That's very quick, I would say.
that's weird.
And then Monkey Man is going to be released on digital on April 23rd. That's very quick. It's a very quick digital release. I mean, initially it was supposed to come out on digital, but the fact that it came out in cinema, which is great, so it's going to come out written release in what, 4 days? So a couple of days. So I didn't get a chance to go cinema. I haven't been cinema in ages, so I'll catch it on digital release, man.
Good film, man. It's good film.
I can't wait to watch it. Cool. That's all the news I had. Did you have it? It was a long list, but did you have anything else?
Yeah, listen, guys, make sure you check out our review for Abigail, which we got to see the screening this week. Shout out to Atia for checking that out. We've got some more stuff coming next week. We're just waiting for confirmation. Shout outs to the original OG, Soups, 86th birthday yesterday. James Gunn tweeted this awesome picture of them two and Lois Lane holding up Superman comic books and reading it. Yeah, listen, man, you know, he's the OG. He started it all. He inspired the world. And you know, we have what we have now, bro. We have a great catalog of movies and comic books and TV shows, and we have merchandise. You know, we have all these great things because of this character being created and what he brought. Shout outs to Jerry and Joe for creating this character. You know, two immigrants in were there not Cleveland at the time when they created this character and represented it to Action Comics, Detective Comics at the time. Sorry, yeah.
Snyder was talking about Superman as well, like what the project that he worked on, and he goes, he was so proud of it because like when people approached him about it, like immigrants, they were like, I loved it. Like I'm an immigrant, and it's just so relatable. And when you watch that movie, as well as how cool the action and all that stuff was, it was a story about an immigrant, an alien immigrant, just fitting in, trying to be human, trying to be, you know, part of the culture and whatnot. And he was just so
Exactly.
proud of that. Yeah.
It's an important part of the story, and I think people forget that part. Yeah, I know it's okay, Daddy. I know it's bedtime. All right, cool. Yeah, it's an important part of the story, man. The guy's an immigrant. He's come from another planet. He's an alien. He's trying to fit in. He's trying to be good. I think Zack Snyder had something really special there. He was in the UK this week
I
for the
heard, yeah,
Rebel
I
premiere.
saw, yeah.
Paul got to meet him and stuff like that.
It was
So
in Forbidden
one guy I'd
Planets,
like
right?
to, yeah, I'd like to meet him one time, and and thank him because he did something great with Superman that I don't think anybody else had the guts to do. You know what I mean? And it's about taking risks with characters when you represent them. Listen, anyway, 86th birthday, 86 years we've had this OG, and he's still breaking it down. You know what I mean? So good on him, and he represents more. He represents so much more and inspires so much more. So that's that. That's me on that side, bro.
Definitely, definitely. All right, guys, let's finish off with retro movie reviews. And as we said earlier, we're going to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990, the original first live action movie that came out. And I got a chance to watch it and get a fresh take on it, which I love doing. Man, bro, I can see why this one is the best, but the best one. Honestly, shall I tell you why,
Yeah,
right?
it still is, bro.
Listen, I actually say I do like the Michael Bay ones. I love the most recent animation one by, what's the name again?
Jeff Rowe, Mia
Jeff Rowe,
Mayhem.
that was yes. I do enjoy those. I do enjoy those. I tell you why I think this is the best one. But they're so animated, right? The costume is actually really cool. Like even though
So
watching it
good.
now, it's so good. It's so good. You can tell it's a costume or whatnot, but it looks so good because it's costume. It's real. They're so animated, the way their faces move and the way they're just moving. They're just young dudes, and they used to say like "cowabunga" and all those words, which is fun. What I liked about it, bro, is it was all in the dark. So there was all these shadow scenes and dark scenes. What I loved was when Splinter did the little backstory. It's like a comic book. It was just pitch black in the
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
them in dark in a pitch black background. It was very comic book style. It was very dark style and whatnot. It was very emotional. The new movies, all of them, were all great. None of them made me feel emotional. There was two scenes specifically is when Raph woke up after he got battered and Leonardo was like, you know, I love you, bro. I didn't mean that, you know, we didn't need you. Like that scene was definitely, as Donatello called it, what did he say? It was
A Kodak moment. A Kodak
Kodak
moment.
moment. Yeah, Kodak moment. Bloody hell, go back to the 90s, right? Kodak moment. It really was emotional, made me feel. But that scene when they were all meditating and Splinter
Oh,
was awesome in this because you forget how good Splinter was. He in this movie, he was really a wise father. He was a father in this movie, and when he were meditating, he goes, "I love you, my sons. Be together, my sons." Bro, and then you did see the teardrops that are coming from them. That really got me emotional. I was like, "Wow, this movie done what the new ones didn't do to me." It was so good. And I was like, damn, that's why this one's the best. Again, even
bro, it had
Shredder looked great. Costume design, everything was awesome. The martial arts, I didn't know this, but Yusuf, YK2K was telling me that, you know, Golden Harvest was
Golden
behind that.
Harvest. Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why, like, the martial arts choreography, the spinning kicks, the spinning stunts, like, you're like, oh, that makes sense. So the martial arts and everything was great. You know, some of them scenes, like, Raph was killing me because he was like, Splinter, And listen, these are no knocks on the movie, but I'm just laughing about it and whatnot. But Splinter just said, guys, you need to, keep on the D-low, man. Like, be in the shadows. My guy puts on a jacket and a hat. Like, I'm going to the movies. And he goes to the cinema. He watches Critters. And I'm like, dude, I can see your big green face and your big ass green turtle feet. Like, how are you in disguise? How is no one freaking out? Which was cracking me up. But the best scene of that movie, which we spoke about earlier, bro, like this is what I love about rewatching movies, is when April O'Neil got slapped by one of the foot soldiers. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen because she's running her mouth talking about the foot soldiers and whatnot. So Shredder's like, shut her up and whatnot. So the guy's like, we have a message for you. And he puts out his hand slowly and he opens the message and it's slap. And he tells her, shut it, bro. I couldn't stop laughing, man. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. It reminded me of one of the five fingers say to the face. It was so funny, bro. I couldn't stop laughing, man. So good. The movie touches on so many things. I do believe that is the best Turtles movie. The 90s camera quality, perfect for this movie. It's just all gritty, it's raining, you're in the sewer and whatnot. Now listen, they weren't violent and whatnot, but it suited it, and their comedy and all that stuff, their characteristics really suited the movie. It's got a happy moment. Do you know what? It brings me back. I'll finish off here and I'll pass it to you. This is what I love about these movies. It reminds me of, I can't remember the exact year or time, but it reminds me of one time specifically when Dad bought us a pizza from Sainsbury's or whatever, and then he done his Bengali style, put nagamoris and stuff on it, but he was warming it up in the oven. As he was warming it up, we were like, we need to put on Turtles while we while we eat pizza, while we get ready to eat pizza. I can't remember the year, I just remember that memory. And this is what I love about these movies. Like, it brought that memory back into my memory box. I was in there. And there's something that I'll never forget. I guess if I ever watch that movie again in 20 years, that memory will pop up again. And it's these things, man, that have this sentimental value with some of these movies. Because I'm never going to forget that. Like I said, I can't remember the year, but obviously we were kids. But I just remember Dad treating us to a pizza, Bengali style pizza, added extra chilies and whatnot, and we were just so excited to watch Turtles and eat a pizza, and that's beautiful to me, man. So yeah, amazing.
No, definitely, it's a tangible feeling, isn't it? It's always gonna have that soft spot for us. But listen, bro, still nothing will beat that movie, bro. I don't care what anybody says. The director took and the cinematographer took inspiration from those comic books. That's why those scenes look so gritty and so good. So humor and darkness works really well, right? There's a contrast there where you're working with. So you're going to film this, half the time in night and the rest of it, which works out really good with their budget because they don't have to use so much special effects. But then you balance it out with comedy, which brings the light into the movie, bro. Like, I fully enjoyed watching that movie again. There are certain scenes that stand out and you're thinking, why wouldn't you see this turtle guy's feet coming at the cinema with his like big face? But the animatronics they put into it, bro, Splinter look awesome, bro. All the costumes look awesome. All the fighting scenes look awesome. It's one of those movies that I still have a feel good moment to. When he was like, "How about Cowabunga?" They're all trying to say something, and they did that. Like I wanted to be there to do the slap with them as well. So it's like you give me that joyous feel, and the director and the writer and everybody who worked on that production, even good old young Sam Rockwell.
I was just about to say him. Yeah, good to see
Good old
him.
yeah. Casey Jones as well, because usually he plays bad guys. This guy's playing a good guy this time. That actor. April O'Neil, man. I don't know what is about women in the 80s, man. Still fine. Something, isn't it? But it just still has a good feeling, bro. Corey Feldman as Donatello. The cast, the voices, the touching scenes, bro. Bro, I still felt it when when every time Splinter was speaking to like Raph or the Turtles and the tone and the meaning that it had. Why are you laughing for? Why are you finding it funny? Just emotional, bro. I even teared up in that scene. And you know what? That scene is 30 seconds long, bro. Same thing with everything that happened in that movie. Everything happened in 15-minute slots, bro. If you watch it again, you know, we meet the turtles, shit happens. You go into the next, you know, it happens really quickly. But I feel like it had enough time to breathe for me to take it all in.
Yeah, and there was no origin
Bruh.
story. I like that. It just got straight into it. And you
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
there was no origin story. Yes, Splinter told one later, but it was just don't need one sometimes with the way they done those movies. Like you kind of just didn't need one. I didn't really care. But yeah, the cast. I mean, like I don't know none of these people anymore except someone like Corey Feldman and Sam Rockwell. To be honest with you, but Judith Hong, who was April O'Neil. You got Josh Paris, who was Raphael. Elias Cortez, who was Casey Jones. Brian Tochi was Leonardo. And then you got Robbie Ruiz as Michelangelo. I don't know, there was other things here, but I don't know. Kevin Clash was Splinter. I have to be honest with you, man. These guys were old school,
Kevin
man.
Clash,
So
he voiced bro, check his name listing, man. That guy did Sesame Streets or
oh, Elmo.
Elmo.
Oh,
Yes,
see,
Elmo's voice,
yeah.
bro.
Damn.
Elmo was the guy who voiced Splinter.
That's
Listen,
jokes.
Splinter, you know, after that, the best representation of Splinter has been Jackie Chan.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. Jackie Chan has been the best Splinter since that Splinter. But the movie stylistic look of it and the feel and the way it put us into it, it really made me feel New York, bro. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. It really made me feel New York, bro. Like I felt like I knew New York, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? The foot soldiers were basic at times. You know, there's some great scenes with the foot soldiers, but that one with the slap was the winning take. I think we need to do that. Need to do a little bite of that, bro, because that was like, I feel like I'm gonna do that to somebody at work.
But
There's a message
it
for you.
was the best. But it wasn't. It
Shut
was the
up.
message. Shut it. But I know
Shut it.
who says shut it. Who says that? Who says
And you know what?
that?
I'm gonna say that as well. The shredder has a message for you. Shut it.
Oh,
That's what I'm gonna
so
do, bro.
good. No, listen, like even though it was the 90s and whatnot, and yes, you could pick the movie apart and whatnot,
You know
it's
what?
still
I'm back that
perfect.
movie up, bro.
I
I'm
don't
back
know
that
about
movie
you
up. I
back up.
don't
I'm
care.
not talking from a
100%.
negative perspective, but you just pick it up and laugh about certain things. But it was awesome. Even at the end where the kid, I was like, so the kid, what's his name? The guy who plays the
Sid.
guy, not this young kid, the Michael Turner kid or whatever, the kid that runs away from his dad and who
Yeah,
tells the
yeah, yeah.
tales. Where basically he speaks to Splinter, and then Shredder catches him, and then instead of Shredder like torturing this kid or taking him where he just leaves him to it. So the kid has enough time to go back to the turtles and tell him. So I'm just like, well, why don't you beat him up, man? Well, like, what, this kid was a traitor to you, Shredder. Why don't you take him out or whatnot? But anyway,
I swear
like,
there was a distraction there, wasn't it? Something else
I
distracted.
don't know. Casey Jones was he there? No, Casey Jones was there separately. I don't know. It just cut to the scene and Shredder was like, oh no, I think they knew where the turtles were, so they were
Oh
gonna
yeah,
go
see
get
that's what I'm
them.
saying.
But
That's so
Shredder
they
just
they
let them
split
go. But anyway,
distracted, bro. He got distracted. Even supervillains get distracted, bro. See, I'm gonna
yeah, I
back it
guess
up,
so.
bro.
Shredder was good
There's
though.
got to be.
Shredder, he looked good. His costume design was awesome. He got battered on the no what? Well, he battered the turtles, but Splinter just sidestepped him one time, threw him off the roof. The shit crushed him and whatnot. But that movie, no, the movie is brilliant. I absolutely enjoyed watching it. Like I say, they're so humorous as well, which makes it fun. I just like the way they talk and the way they interact and the brotherly love, man. It's like,
The brothers
yeah,
love, bro. I think that's what it
yeah.
is. The unity. Splinter tries to bring that unity. I suppose that's where we kind of resonate with it even more. You know, each of us see ourselves as one of those characters as well. I don't know which turtle do you see yourself as?
I
Even
always,
I think I know.
yeah, it's always gonna be Raph, innit? I was that guy who was angry, he was upset about everything, wanted to fight everyone. I had anger, I got anger problems, right? So I was Raph, I would say. I'm not a leader, I don't think. So I can't say Leonardo.
I don't think I'm Leo either, bro.
Ah, you're Michelangelo, bro. You're Bruce.
Yeah, yeah.
Love Mikey though.
Mike is wicked, bro.
I
He
feel
just
like
has a great
Ash is
sense of humor.
Donatello. I think Ash is Donatello because he's good with gadgets
He's
and
a
all that
techie
sort of
guy. Yeah,
stuff.
he's a
Yeah,
gadget
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, Ashley Donatello
You're
was
the
that guy.
guy, you're Mikey. Not saying Mikey is a bad thing or whatnot, but you're just more chilled than us. Um I don't think we
Yeah,
have a leader
definitely.
part of us brothers, man. We're just all basic
Nah,
guys.
man. Nah, we all good, bro. We all good. We all
But
good. But that's what I was gonna say. Like Jeff Rowe says it in the book, and he said it in the interview. So, guys, if you want to see our interview with Jeff Rowe, who was the director and storyboard artist for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem, here's where I plug. Go back into our channel. It's there. What I'm gonna link it on this video later on. So when we're talking about this section, check it out, man. Amazing. He sees himself more as a Michelangelo, but he knows he's a Donatello. And it's always nice how you can relate yourself to these characters because there's that tangible feeling to it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990 was probably one of the second movies we saw in cinema. So that's why we're gonna have. Was it second or third?
I don't think I saw that one in cinema. I really don't.
You were
think
there,
I
bro.
did. Was I?
You did.
I
Yeah,
know
Dad took us.
Jungle Book was my first, which we should do a retro movie because that was my first movie in the cinema. Was it
Same here.
Fengano? That was Jungle Book. It was Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Turtles. Oh, I can't remember if I watched that in the cinema. That memory I can't
We
remember.
did, bro. Dad took us, bro. It was
Okay.
me and you.
Okay.
It was me and you. He took us to watch Turtles. It was at Coronet Cinema at Townbank Lane, bro.
£2.50 back. Well, I don't know if it was cheaper back then.
Yeah, pound made, bro.
Well, I remember Sunday they had £1 day or something.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Listen, guys.
Well, yeah,
make sure you check it out. But yeah,
100%.
let's wrap this up, bro.
Go back and watch it, guys. You'll get so much joy for it. It brings back so much memories. All right, well, let's wrap this up, man. Another great episode, another good stuff to talk about. And Kibbs, man, take us out.
Oh, you wonderful guys, man. On social media recently, you guys have been absolutely smashing it. I want to say a massive thank you to you guys all. Make sure you follow our journey on Instagram, Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, TikTok. Subscribe and like over here, guys, but comment. But guys, I'm always grateful because I know there's that handful of people that always love listening and always love watching. Listen, somebody was saying the other day as well recently about, the traction and the rest of it. I don't care about that, guys. You know me. If I start concentrating on that, we don't know how to live.
Yeah, but you know what? We never concentrate on it. But I have, like I said, we have acknowledged that we've been shadow banned and our traction's gone completely low. But we don't give a shit. Like that's what I'm saying. We're still here every week. We're still going to put the same work and ethic and work ethic into it and efforts into it. So yeah, like don't care about it, but I have acknowledged. I have seen it. I have seen. We don't
No,
get
of course,
enough. We've been blocked. We've been shadow banned.
But listen, keep showing that love. Help us spread the word. I'm gonna do something that we don't usually do, and hopefully we can add it to the end of our videos from now on, bro. So we'll have to make a little clip. Subscribe to the channel, share it with friends and family, share it on your Facebook or Twitter or something. Just to, if you really enjoy this and you feel like it'll connect with other people, we have the odd guys that do share it. More than welcome, man, guys. Please, we love to share our experiences with you guys. I want you guys to be able to reach out to us and share your experiences as well. So I'm happy to take on. I want to do more Geek Out sessions, but I want you guys to come on, do it. Get in contact. Let me know. But other than that,
what though, I would have to say those shorts that we've gone back to, they work. They've been working out pretty good. And
yeah, they do. So
I think with the clips, I might minimize it. I'm thinking now, I might do because I know I try to bring out a clip every day, but I think I might let the podcast run for like 3 days and then always do retro movie reviews because I really like those as separate clips. And then maybe a certain review of something epic that we talk about, we geeked out about so much. But if there's nothing like that much, I might just leave it and just leave it as retro movie reviews.
I think keep it to that, bro. Keep it short and sweet.
And you
I
just
think
do the shorts with that platform, and yeah, I think just carry on doing what we're doing, I guess.
No, definitely. Listen, guys, I want to introduce more things as well to the show. I know we talk more about mental health and real world issues and things that we do. I want to talk about more stuff because people want to hear about the father's journey and the everyday struggles that we go through. So I will be talking about more on that, but I want to get guests on the show. So dads, come on, man, reach out. Let's do an episode together. Let's get the first down out there. I've got another Geek Out session coming out with Hijabi, who's a cosplayer, gamer, streamer. We've got an awesome episode coming out that'll be out next week. So make sure you guys check that out as well. And I've got some gas, man. Sorry, guys. I'm gassing up the place one time now. Yeah, listen, bro. Yeah, have a good week, guys. Have a good weekend. I know this will come out tomorrow, but have a good start to the week. Have a positive start. Have a peaceful start. Make sure you get that time in for yourselves. And yeah, thanks again.
All right, let me get this little picture. Second.
All right,
Ready?
Nini, bedtime.
1, 2, 3. All right. Cool. All right. We out. Peace.